All right, folks, we want to introduce our panel right now. We've got Kim Keenan. She's the general counsel for the NAACP, political strategist Raynard Jackson, and communication strategist Leila McDowell. Folks, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Roland.
All right, last week, end of the week last week, they had the Conservative Political Action Committee, their annual conference, okay? 11,000 folks, all the big conservatives were there. Governor Chris Christie, of course, you had Texas Governor Rick Perry, who was there. But the person who got my attention, who, as I think is our stuck on stupid person of the week, is Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal. So when he addressed CPAC, he blasted Attorney General Eric Holder, calling him or comparing him to segregationist governor of Alabama, George Wallace, by saying that Holder, because he is going after Louisiana and their education policies, he says that he's very much like Wallace. Here's the problem with that, and I got to give it to the Attorney General's folks. They sent Jindal a copy of Congressman John Lewis's book.
Yes, they did.
Where on page 199, Lewis writes about Vivian Malone integrating the University of Alabama. Vivian Malone is Eric Holder's sister-in-law.
Absolutely.
So here you got Jindal trying to call Holder a modern-day George Wallace when Holder is married to Vivian Malone's sister. That's called a smackdown.
Right.
Yes,
but Holder smacked him back, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're so proud of him. I mean, he just, you know what? He's real. He's kept it real as Attorney General, and he really makes everybody proud because he's going after the things that need to be gone after, and he's not afraid of anybody because he is unbought and unbossed.
Well, Roland, you know I'm a loyal Republican, but sometimes you just need to shut up. And anytime you try to compare George Wallace to anybody black, you're going to lose.
But here's the other deal. You want to compare Holder to George Wallace, at least read the bio first.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. At least know something.
I am
about
not a Republican apologist on this case. It was stupid, and I think the Attorney General did the smart thing by smacking him down. Sometimes Republicans' biggest enemy is the man in the mirror.
And Leila, the note said, worth a read.
Worth a read. Like, how about knowing American history? Right. You know, just a little bit about what standing in front of the schoolhouse door meant, you know, where you had to send in the National Guard to just let the little children go to school. How do you make that comparison? But this is what they do so often on the right. We all remember the affirmative action battle was framed around making it so that people would not be judged by the color of their skin, quoting Dr. King for a policy that was absolutely antithetical to everything he stood for.
And look, if you're Governor Jindal and you believe in the education plan that you have in Louisiana, that's fine. But to try to make the comparison to having Governor George Wallace literally standing in the doorway, staring down U.S. Marshals, staring down federal troops saying, I'm not going to allow black students in, and they simply said, Governor, step aside, we've got a court order. I mean, that to me is what is idiotic. And this examples like this, to me, is why Republicans continue to have problems getting African Americans to consider their policies, because they'll say stupid stuff that has nothing to do with policy to cause somebody black go, you done lost your damn mind.
Yeah, but Roland, also, this is what happens when you're a governor and you have no blacks around you. Because to me, this was not even worthy of having a black advisor say, I wouldn't say that. He said that off the top of his head, and it blew up in his face because he has very little engagement with the black community in Louisiana.
And I think the problem for the Republican Party, since you're their apologist today,
well, he made it clear I'm not an apologist.
Roland's like, okay, beef on the show.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I mean, listen, I'm a good Republican, but I'm not going to lose my credibility defending foolishness.
You know, I'm kidding with you. You know, I love you, right? Okay. But no, I was just going to say, I think this is the problem with the Republican parties. They don't think they have to. We do have that divide going on, and we saw it at CPAC between the right-wing Tea Partiers and the conservative but establishment Republicans. But the real deal is they don't think they have to reach out to people of color. They can use voter disenfranchisement to solve that problem.
But you know what? I understand. Kim, go ahead.
But they live in a world where it's right because they say it's right, but they don't have any facts. They don't feel like they have to go out and get information.
And the reason I say policy, and we discussed this before as well, you have Republican governors who are very strong on sentencing reform. And when Lorraine Miller was here, I said, you would think that Republicans would say, NAACP, let's hold a joint news conference where we say we agree that there should be changes when it comes to sentencing in this country.
That's right.
You look at even former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, has spoken about this here. You would think that the GOP will find that opportunity. That way, you're not waving a flag. You're not saying stupid stuff. You're speaking to a policy that somebody can say, oh, I didn't realize that.
And we got a lot of traction in that area at the NAACP because, in fact, what was happening was the Republicans were saying, oh, my God, these sentencing laws are really turning. It's like they're against us. They're making our communities bad. They're robbing our communities, stripping them of the people that they need to build themselves back up, and for no reason, but so that we can keep the for-profit prisons in business.
But, Roland, I agree with you, but Reince Priebus, the current chairman of the RNC, he's actually met with the NAACP, Mark Mariel and the Urban League, about that very issue.
No, but the point, though, is this here. Meeting with them is one thing. What I'm talking about is literally if Reince Priebus holds a joint news conference with the NAACP calling on other states to change their sentencing laws. My point is, if you're an African-American watching that, you would go, whoa.
No, we've had discussions about that.
Right. And so my whole deal is hurry the hell up.
That's right.
And then you can avert stuck on stupid folks like Governor Bobby Jindal, who makes comments like this here.